Hey, howdy, folks! Mr. Multimedia back again. Oh, gosh. Mr. Multimedia, MrM, back here again with another round of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Rescue Team DX. There we go. Hello, hello. Couldn't even get through my intro without flubbing. Anywho, today we're going to be playing a little bit more of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX game, and we were playing it earlier today. Earlier today, basically what ended up happening was after we went and rescued Shiftry from Zapdos, we found out that the rescue team that Alakazam has, we were able to find out a bit more about, the fact that our character, the Mudkip that used to be a human, got turned into a Pokemon. In fact, let me go ahead and swap us over to there, right? So, our character was a human, became a Pokemon, and Alakazam somehow knows this, was able to sense it at least, and told us if we want to find out more information, we need to go see Exatu. We went to go see him. Exatu says he saw the future, he saw the end of the world coming, and that it was because the world was out of balance, and that it's somehow linked to the fact that we used to be a human. We learned about a curse of Ninetales, which says that, like, there was a Pokemon called Ninetales, that if you would touch its tail, you'd get cursed for 1,000 years. And a guy touched the tail, Ninetales went to curse them, and their Pokemon, Gardevoir, like, jumped in the way, took the curse for them instead. The human ran away after this, and Ninetales went and gave another curse, a different curse instead to that human, of because you ran away, I'm gonna turn you into a Pokemon. So eventually that human turned into a Pokemon and supposedly would set the world off balance somehow. That was the stated sort of story of the legend itself. People put some dots together and realized, this person, us, our main character, they're potentially ruining the world, because everything's happening because the world's out of balance. And where have we heard that something will go out of balance? If a human becomes a Pokemon. So, Mudkip and Cubone got raced out of town. They're fugitives, they're refugees, they're on the run, they're trying to flee from everyone, and all these rescue teams are trying to hunt them down. We've gotten pretty far. I don't know how much further we're gonna get. So now I'm gonna go ahead and address the chat. Single Shot Games has indeed noticed my beard is gone. So, I said this before, but I'll say it again. I don't really like how I look with facial hair, to be completely honest. I have very wiry hair, and wiry hair as a beard, it feels very uncomfortable and very itchy. So I don't like how it looks. I don't like the fact that my hair mixed with the wiry hair of the beard, I don't like how it pairs together. Unfortunately, I'm also really lazy, which means even if I don't like how it looks and even if I don't like how it feels, I also am too lazy to shave it. So I just let it grow long, about to the point that you've seen it at, and then I'm like, it's too much, and I take it all off at the same time, so. Yes, don't worry, Olive, I do remember that. Yep, I will make sure. Next Pokemon that we recruit, it's going to be named Cucumber. Or Cutecumber. I can't remember if it was Cucumber or Cutecumber. We'll decide once we actually get to there. I think it's Cucumber. But we'll find out for sure. All right. So, we're going to go ahead and get started then, properly. When last we left off, the last place that we had kind of run from in an attempt to be able to escape everyone chasing after us, the last place was to an icy forest, which is where we are now. Let me double check that we are doing well on items. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and store the grimy food and the plain seed, but I think other than that, I think we're good to go. There we go. Okay. Now we get to pick whether we want to go to into the actual forest itself, Frosty Forest, or Snowpath. Snowpath, just like the Blaze Path, just makes a circle. But I'm still going to take it so that we can get an idea of like what Pokemon are in this area. I think that that'll be good for us. Okay. Oh. Porphyret. Agility. Oh boy. Water gun. Alright. There's an enemy inbound. If I do Ice Beam, it's not very effective. Flamethrower is good, though. Mud Bomb is apparently neutral effective. Is it that ice is super effective against ground? Is that what it is? I honestly can't remember. I seem to remember ice and ground having some sort of interaction. I guess it's that ice is super effective against ground, which means Cubone might be in a little bit of trouble here. Thankfully, like you saw, he has Flamethrower. So in the end, we'll be fine, but... where in the world is the... bonk, bonk, double bonk. There it is. I was gonna say, where in the world is this set of stairs? Oh boy. Okay, be seeing you, Maddox George. See you in a bit. Oh, it's a slow trap. Great, cool. Thanks for picking up the link box, I guess. Ah, an Azurill. I didn't expect that. It apparently is counting them. Yeah, so you can see Azurill is counted as normal fairy, rather than just being normal type. So they did update this. You can also see what their ability is. They have the huge power ability. Interesting. Wow, it shows you like a lot with the ZL targeting. If you don't know where I was looking, it was down in the bottom left when I was looking at the creature. I was able to see its typing and its ability, which is a lot more than I think you were able to do before. Okay. We're just gonna move on from here. Oh, it didn't work? Ah, you were trying to change your profile picture. Got it. Bonk. Bonk. Well, they worked. Fantastic. Okay. MrM Kip going up to level 25. Pretty good. Trying to learn Rock Throw. Rock Throw might be really good here. Hold on. Rock Throw only attacks in front. It's actually pretty bad. The only reason I'd potentially want it is to swap it out for Mud Bomb. I think we're not gonna bother. I don't think we're gonna bother. I think we're just not gonna learn Rock Throw. Yeah, we're gonna give up on Rock Throw. Our other moves are too powerful for me to consider swapping them out at this time. Okay, we're gonna go up north so you guys can see what sort of thing I saw. Here we go. See how whenever I target, down in the bottom left over there, you can see Azurill, you can see their stats, sorry, not stats, you can see their types, and you can see their abilities. So this one is a thick fat ability, rather than the other one which we saw, which had huge power ability. Which you can tell, I mean, huge power is probably, in almost every circumstance, better than thick fat to have. So that's kind of how we'd use that for recruiting efforts. What would be the strangest or most interesting game if it were to get a major update or DLC? What would be the strangest game to all of a sudden just get DLC out of nowhere? Obviously, I mean, the obvious first answer is some older game, right? Some game that's basically been put into the ground. It's old, it's done, we're not playing it anymore, right? So an obvious answer would be something that's a lot older. Like if, for example, the... maybe a DS game of some kind ended up getting like a random DLC update or something like that, right? The no internet dino game? That's a pretty good answer, though. You're talking about the dino game that you get whenever you can't connect to the internet. It's the one where you just jump over the cactus repeatedly, right? Yeah. Ooh, just the original Pokemon Red. That would be a weird one. I wouldn't expect that one. I'm trying to think of something where it's like, it's been out for a while, sure, but not so long that it's like unbelievable that you'd get DLC for it. So I think it has to be a computer game, because if it's a Nintendo game, like, I'd be shocked to get DLC on practically anything that's Nintendo, you know what I mean? Sometimes you get like season passes on things, but I don't think we're gonna bother with any of these, unless that seed is like really good. Nope. Stun seed. Nope. Move. Thank you. Bye. Right. So. I'm trying to think of the different, like, PC games that I have. Here, let me just open up Steam and think of something on there. What's something here that would be super weird to just get DLC on all of a sudden? I mean, Among Us is a pretty popular one, where it's just like, if that all of a sudden out of nowhere got a huge like DLC update that didn't make sense, that was just like, here you go, like what? Right? I felt that way kind of whenever they had when they added in the extra map and the extra roles, it was kind of like, well, I didn't really want those, but thanks, I guess. Other ones. I mean, if I'm talking about Nintendo games, it would be wild if all of a sudden, imagine that right now that we got a Breath of the Wild DLC, right? Like, we're talking like 2 months before the sequel game comes out. If it's like, hey, in order to be able to fully understand the upcoming game of Tears of the Kingdom, you have to play this brand new DLC, right? Imagine if it was something like that. That would be wild. Gosh. The various Game & Watch games that are now basically calculators, if they suddenly release new ones, it would be strange but cool. That's a good point, yeah. Taking a franchise that's kind of like essentially gone defunct, really. That would be kind of interesting, seeing them make something new with that. Mr. Mac and Cheese's game is now 500,000 times better with Pokemon Pearl, the great battle against Giratina. I swear, Among Us VR was so fun, but now it's rare to get into lobbies with more than one person, including yourself. True, that was one, now that you mention it, that was one kind of where it was like, I don't think anyone really expected that particular update, right? No one really expected a VR version to just erupt. I know that there had been like a sort of a VR version in VR chat that had been made for fun, right? But I thought that it wouldn't get adopted to any other like official platform or something like that. And then all of a sudden, there it was. Yeah, I think people would be frustrated by, but really excited for a mysteriously announced DLC for for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild before Tears of the Kingdom came out. I think that would be one where I'd mention that as a strange, unexpected choice, but potentially a welcome one. Okay. All right, they're using Helping Hand. The attack and special attack went up of your friend over there. Double team, their evasiveness went up. What are you doing? Okay. I'm gonna use Sludge Wave on you. It missed! It missed! I'm frozen. I'm frozen solid and I can't do anything. Okay, good. That was not fun. Is there? There's not. Okay, I was wondering if there was going to be a staircase here. Okay, stairs, hallelujah. All right. Let's go and do an icebreaker question, since we're kind of just walking for now. Okay, icebreaker. Oh, who in your friend group is the funniest? I mean, the answer is me, period, done. I'm always the funniest one in the group. No, in all honesty, like most of the groups that I'm in, I'm the one that will constantly tell like jokes and puns that really no one was asking for, but that I really needed to hear. So I like to think that I'm one of the more funny ones in the groups that I'm in. Most of the other groups that I'm in are generally trying to stay like really serious about things, like get certain tasks done and things done like that. And I would like to say that I give a little bit of levity to most situations. I'd hope so, at least. So I'm saying that, knowing that it sounds maybe a little bit like a cop-out of just like, oh yeah, I'm the funniest one in the room, ha ha ha. But I really do make a concerted effort to try to be a positive force. So that's why I'm gonna say myself. And then I'm gonna just do a Sludge Wave. I'm gonna pick another card in just a little bit. I just want to get us out of here first. Yes, okay. Next one. Oi, 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 oi. Oh, wait, here, I see a question there. Yeah, if Uno got a DLC or a sequel, that would be wild, wouldn't it? This one's called Dose. The nitty-gritty sequel that you never expected. Dose. We ran out of ideas. Dose. Uno Dos. That's actually probably what it'd be called. It'd be called Uno Dos or something like that. Which could be funny. I think it could be interesting if they marketed it right. Okay. Cool. Double team, huh? Sludge Wave. Bonk. Brutal Swing. Nope. Ice Shard, we're fine. Okay, yes. Ice is not very effective against us anyway, so... Phew. There's something over there. I don't know what it is. Azurill. Cool. So, what game would be 100% better if it had proximity chat? You think the game Dos does actually? Yeah. Oh, I would have caught Nosepass if I could have, believe me. I will probably come back here later in attempt to get a Nosepass onto the team. Nosepass is a fun Pokemon. Oh, Bone Meringue. I think that's super effective. Yep. We'll use a Water Gun, and then a Sludge Wave. Oh, never mind. Bone Meringue is coming first. Water Sport. Sludge Wave. Super effective. Come on, just go down in one hit, please. It's faster if you just go down in one hit. Okay, there we go. All right, we're moving on. So, what game would be 100% better if it had proximity chat? If the Tesla cars had proximity chat, that would be pretty funny. Yeah, to just be shouting out at other drivers, that would be pretty funny. Wait, you're kidding? There is a sequel to Uno called Dos that's actually called Uno Dos? You're kidding. You have to be joking. I'm looking this up right now. I will not be mocked in my own chat. Uno Dos card game. There is a game called Dos, and it is made by the people that made Uno. And so some retailers call it Uno Dos. Why is this a thing? Why did we make a sequel to Dos? Oh boy. Alright, I guess I'm a wizard. Sure. Gosh dang it. Okay, whatever. So, here we go. Apparently, ... Someone has intruded upon the forest. The enfeebled flow of icy winds is the intrusion to blame. It must be stopped, for it is to protect the forest. Alright, just out of nowhere, just begin the music again. This music is a little annoying with how harsh those electric, like, chimes are. Okay. Looks like we got a bunch of guys sleeping here. Oh, ain't that so cute? Bonk. Oh, ain't it so cute? Bonk. Flamethrower. Wow. We really decided that pile of swine was no good. Articuno is evil. Is that even possible? We'll find out. Oh my goodness, it's a blast trap. Stop it. Harden, you say. Well, it's too bad I'm using a special attack. Right. Okay. You know what? Actually, oh, I'm getting hungry. Is it here? It is here. I knew it had to be somewhere really close to here. There we go. Why did we make a sequel? Oh, MrM, one of your old students likes me. Oh, okay. Neat. Hey, Jazz. Welcome, welcome. Oh, boy. Let's go ahead and eat just a regular apple, I think, for MrM Kip, so we don't die of starvation. That'd be nice. Oh, dang it. It's a spiky trap. Completely unnecessary. Block. What was it? Is it that I can't move? Or I can't run away? Yeah, I think it's just that I couldn't move. Super weird, but alright. Water gun. Bonk. You're resting. You're falling asleep again. Water gun. There we go. We will first grab this. What's this? A special band. Oh, it increases special attack. Yeah, it's fine. I see those items in the top right. I'm not bothering to get them. I don't know. I'm bored. Here's a good question. Mac and cheese. With or without nuggies? So with or without chicken nuggets? Without. I almost never have had those together. Like, if I'm having mac and cheese, that is the meal. Like, I don't have mac and cheese with something else. I have before, I've seen people serve mac and cheese with hot dogs. So like cut up little hot dogs, drop those into the mac and cheese. I've seen it. It can potentially be good. I actually really want Cubone to learn false swipe here. Because false swipe, you'll notice it damages an enemy. If you knock an enemy out with it, they'll be more likely to join you on your adventure. I do kind of want us to learn that here. I'm very tempted to get rid of Brick Break. It's a fighting move, which I know is good, but we haven't really used a fighting move. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna forget Brick Break, and we're gonna learn False Swipe. Now, if nothing else, we know that by learning False Swipe, we are gonna be improving the move for when other people learn it. Because apparently the moves are universal. So it's like, if I use a move, Water Gun a lot, and then I recruit a Pokemon that knows Water Gun, their Water Gun is already super powerful when they join my team. Speaking of Water Gun, though, we apparently just used all the rest of the power points on it, so let's use a Max Ether on that, huh? Believe me, I would catch a Nose Pass if I could. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't recruit it by choice. It's a chance of happening. I'm trying my best. I feel like they're just about to use it was either going to be Flamethrower or Bone Meringue. I didn't know what. Harden it is. I'm about to use Water Gun. They're about to use Flamethrower. Yeah. So get ready for that, I guess. There we go. Wait, what? Today you learned that some dude hacked the Arabic Cartoon Network channel to publicly broadcast a meme. Oh, it would be funny if it was Stickbug. It would be even funnier if it was a version of Rickrolling. I would die. I would be so happy if someone hacked a national broadcasting service just to be able... Oh, thank goodness. They used Thunderfang, but thankfully, Cubone was in the same room, and it made the electric move go to them instead. I don't have an answer then for what in the world that meme was. I have not heard of that one. Wow, okay. They also attempted to use a lightning move against me. Thank goodness Cubone is here. It's a slow trap, unfortunately. False swipe. Keep on swiping them. See if they can like us. We're gonna leave here. Oh, here we go. We hit some sort of halfway point. Okay. Get rid of the gravel rock and the special band. Get rid of 3 of these orange berries. Get rid of 2 of the reviver seeds. The training seed, the blast seed, the sleep seed, all these link boxes. Don't need them, don't need them, don't need them. Rain dance, don't need it. We'll go ahead and we will withdraw 2 max ethers. No, 3 max ethers. Because we are kind of hitting that point where it's like, we're sort of running out of power points as we go. Thankfully, it restores them at these marks here. Have you noticed, Jerbob can use False Swipe 30 times. That's amazing. And that's without any updates or upgrades. Yep. Cucumber it will be. Don't worry. The music in this level was cool. We are technically going back into it again. We're just at a halfway point. So now we're going like through the summit sort of thing. Yeah. You entered a contest, Anime March Madness Battle, and if you win, you get a free katana. What? Is it like a who would win of these 2 characters sort of thing? That's interesting. All right. Or like, what is the best out of all these? Like, what's the best anime of 2022 or something like that? Is that what that is? Okay, yeah, I just wonder how that works. It's a YouTube channel. They make YouTube shorts about anime and katanas, and they have a shop with anime katana replicas. Yeah, okay. Mr. Aizawa. Okay. We are just trying to find the stairs, honestly, by this point. Ooh, Matang. Matang is a powerful Pokemon. Thankfully, I have Mud Bomb, which is super effective against them. And this guy's got Bone Meringue. The thing is, some Matangs have Levitate. Oh, the Spin Trap didn't work, thank goodness. Right? I'm not crazy about that, right? Some Matangs have Levitate? Yep, if he's floating in the air, then I'm not going to be able to hit him with that. Thankfully, back when this game first came out, water was not very effective against steel. So yeah, like steel types were really, really good. They had an extra defensive thing against water. I'm glad that that's gone now. Come on, I guess it's on the south side. Hold on. Bonk. And bonk. Okay. I thought I saw something shiny up here. No, I didn't? Okay. There are shiny... There are shiny floor parts where you'll find an item like buried. That's why I was wondering if there was one there. Nope. Okay. If it's how Mr. M guesses my... if it's how Mr. M guesses, my vote is Guts from Berserk 1993. Ooh. Nice. I recently, so you know in Discord how they now have it so that, if you're, like, watching something, if you set it up correctly, you can be streaming what you're watching to Discord, right? So you can just be, like, having a watch party with your friends, so long as you know what you're doing. You're not really supposed to do that, but you can do it, right? So, not too long ago, a friend of mine was watching something called Vinland Saga or something on Discord, and I watched like a tiny bit of the first episode. It looked really interesting, really violent, but really interesting. I don't think that the people from that game would I don't think that people from that would win anything in particular, because they're just regular people, but it was interesting to see nonetheless. Okay, we're planning on leaving out of here. There we go. Yes, I'd love to move on. Oh, does Just Shapes and Beats have a DLC? Technically it does, but it was released for free. It was, and I haven't played it yet. It was a additional chapter set of endings and stuff like that. I haven't played through it, though. I should. It's a good game. Roblox Pro has mentioned, yes, I did shave. I know. It was, it finally got to the point where I was just frustrated with my, with how wiry my beard was. I don't like how I look with facial hair. I don't like how it feels on me. So it finally got to the point where I was like, yep, it's time for it to go. So there it went. Ooh, Plants vs. Zombies is a great thing to stream. Hold on, surely I have that on the list. Surely that's on the list somewhere. Plants vs. Zombies is like one of the best games of all time. Come on. That has to be somewhere here. There's no way that I haven't put this on here before. Are you serious? I haven't put this on here before. Yeah, it's not on here at all. Plants vs. Zombies, PvZ. Plants vs. Zombies is a good game. Plants vs. Zombies. I'm putting a star by that, because I know that that's a good one. Absolutely. Take my vote for PvZ. There we go. So I have 2 people that have voted for it. Fantastic. Heart of the Frosty Forest, 13th floor. We're probably like right at the end now. Brutal swing. We'll use water gun. Okay, it missed. Okay, thank goodness. Oh, I missed. That was a combination of 2 voice lines. I did 2 voice lines incorrectly while saying that. So, back on old, like, we're talking Mario Party 3, back on the N64. In Mario Party 3, anytime that, Oh, here we go. Cutscene. We're gonna wait for a second. Okay, yes. So Mario Party 3, anytime that everyone failed the minigame, it'll go, Miss. And you just hear a woman's voice kind of say it in almost exactly that way. Miss. Right? However, Wario in the same game, Charles Martinet, voiced a line of Wario saying, "Oh, I missed." And so I combined those two voice lines together weirdly in my head. PVZ2 was mid. I never played PVZ2. I haven't even heard of PVZ3. Interesting. If anyone understands this reference, I'm happy. That zombie has a beautiful voice. I don't know that reference. Unless it's like from Warm Bodies or something, but I don't, like, I haven't seen that movie. I just know of it. And that's the only one where I can think about a zombie talking. Sorry. Okay, Jerabob says, we sure have traveled far into this forest. I think we'll be out if we can get through this part. It shouldn't be far. Let's keep going. Oh. Battle of Naborville. I have no clue what you're talking about. Huh? Mr. MKip, did you just say something? No. I didn't think so. I thought I heard a voice. I must have imagined it. Oh, Battle of Neighborville? Oh, is that the Plants vs. Zombies, like the first-person shooter version of it? Is that what that is? Was there a quest where you had a zombie with a beautiful voice that you had to recruit or something? Got it. Turn back. You may not pass. Oh gosh. Who's there? You are forbidden to pass. If you persist in trying to pass, then so be it. But only after you have defeated me. Oh, here comes the wind. Oh, it's the intro song. Got it. Ow, it's too bright. Ice around us is reflecting in this light. Oh gosh. Of wind and ice. Yep, it's Articuno for sure. I am Articuno, the warder of ice. Those that enter the forest I shall destroy with all my might. Let us begin. Okay, in order to do this properly, we need to step to the right. We learned this last time, that if we just stay in front, that it will basically be that, that he attacks both of us at the same time with his moves. So by moving to this location, we've prevented him from being able to hit both of us at the same time. His stats won't go down. Good to know. Fine. It'd be nice if we could poison him, but I doubt that's going to happen. Icy wind. I was slowed. Uh-oh. Can I poison you? Yes! Oh, the boss's bad poison condition got healed like almost immediately. Okay, we're gonna use an Oranberry like right away. I think that's the best use of our efforts here. Yep. Flamethrower attack! Ice shard, that's fine. It's fine! Sludge wave. Oh no, Roblox Pro said, sorry for pinging you, but this is urgent. What's up? When streaming PvZ, you need to wear a pot on your head. Why? Or something similar. Are you talking about like the Buckethead zombies or something? Or are you saying like, as a plant, that I need to wear a pot on my head? Oh. Uncle Dave! I get it, I get it, I get it now. Crazy Dave! That's it. You got it. Okay, okay. You've convinced me. Yeah, I'll have to do it. I'll have to be Crazy Dave. It's like legally required. Okay, fine, sure. Man, we are just about to win this. We had to use Oranberries twice, but I think we're just about... Yep. Look at that. It was good strategy on my part. And it was great that I had a Cubone with Flamethrower. That was really good. Please, Articuno, we have to get through no matter what it takes. Please, let us pass. No, I cannot allow your passage. Why? Why can't we pass? The frigid forest's air. It has warmed considerably in recent times. Warmed? I'm still freezing, but the flow of rigid air has been disturbed in the forest. Snow has started to melt. Snow is melting. Snow that has never melted before. This has never happened, even once. Then you appeared in the forest. Is this not your doing? We don't have anything to do with that. It's a coincidence. Please, Articuno, hear me out. It isn't our fault that the snow started melting here. It's not just here. Natural calamities are taking place everywhere right now. The forest's frigid airflow would have been disturbed even if we hadn't come. Is that all? You expect me to believe that? Oh gosh. What? Enough of your foolish talk. Prepare for your end. Stop it. Oh. Bonk. Thank you, Absol. Oh. Look at that. That's actually really cool. Absol. There is nothing false in what they have said. Calamities are indeed occurring in nature everywhere. Is that true? Yes. I have the ability to sense natural disasters. The calamities taking place now are of a special nature. I have never experienced such before. So there are calamities besides this? Fine. I will choose to believe you. You may pass. Articuno! Whoa! However... Ah! You must try to prevent the calamities from spreading. I'm counting on you. Yep, we promise, Articuno. Articuno says so. Leave. Oh, boy. Whew, that was too close. Thank you. You saved us. Rather than saying thanks, focus on stopping the calamities before they worsen. If they are left unchecked, worse will befall us. My instincts warn me so. I sensed the terrible power of the natural calamities. I was led here by my feelings of foreboding. I think it would be best if we combined forces. I will join you. Yes! What 3D video game would be better if it was turned 2D? Ooh. I mean, I'm tempted to say Breath of the Wild. Did you see how Breath of the Wild had like a 2D version of, like a top-down version of it made just for fun? That was pretty fun. I like that. But what 3D video game would be better if it was turned 2D? I think it'd be really interesting to see a Sea of Thieves in 2D. I think it could be really interesting, like a tile-based system of like approaching people from afar. I'm not saying it would be a better game, but it'd be interesting to see how they do it. Huh? You will? Really? Really. To put an end to the calamities, cooperation is vital. Let me lend you my powers. Thank you, Absol. There we go. Looks like we've got Cucumber. It has a rare quality squeeze out. Yay. That's the one that lets me use power points sometimes, or it lets me regain power points when I have 0. Ooh, Animal Crossing could be a really good 2D game. Yeah. They had a version of it that was like top down, so even though it was 3D, it felt kind of 2D. That could be more interesting. And so, after getting through the frosty forest, MrM Kip's team headed farther north. The more they advanced, the harsher the conditions became. Whoa, this icy mountain path seems to go on forever. We've walked a long way here. Jerbob looks exhausted too. We've been running all this time out of desperation. What's in store for us ahead? Are we really doing the right thing? This is too cold! There's nothing but snow now. The scenery's been the same for a while. I wonder if we're really making progress. The place we're staying at tonight has an old, sweet cat chilling on a couch in the lobby. Pet him. Hey, MrM Kip, I was thinking, I think we've come to a place that's empty except for us. I also have this feeling there's nothing ahead of here, even if we keep moving. And I'm getting exhausted. We two, what's gonna happen to us? I don't know. I'm sorry. I said something stupid that frightened you. There isn't any point in wondering about what might happen. Not after coming this far. Even though we don't know what's ahead, we'll only know by pressing on. Don't worry, there's gotta be something ahead. I have faith in you, MrM Kip. That's what brought me here, and that's not changing. I still have faith in you, MrM Kip. I'll keep going wherever you go. Yes, Jerbob trusts me without any doubt. I can't afford to be indecisive. I have to believe in myself more. Whoa. What? What was that? Dizzy? What? Huh? Is something wrong, MrM Kip? Oh gosh. Finally. Finally, you have arrived. Someone is talking to me. Jerbob? No, this voice isn't Jerbob. This voice, I've heard it somewhere. Oh, there's Gardevoir. Finally, you have arrived. Oh gosh. Okay, just abduct me into the dream world, I guess. I've been waiting for you. Gardevoir! I'm so glad. Finally, we get to meet. You're... what? Mr. Mkip, is something the matter? Why are you talking to yourself? I cannot be seen by others. I am visible only to you. A little farther ahead, there's a jagged mountain range, topped by Mount Freeze. On its peak, Ninetales lives. Ninetales? Ninetales awaits your arrival. Oh gosh, it might be an Alolan Ninetales. It used to just be a regular Ninetales, but they might have changed it to an Alolan Ninetales for this, because it's in the midst of just icy wilderness. Oh, wait. Hey, Mr. Mkip, what's the matter? What happened? Oh, so that's what happened. Gardevoir appeared to you. That's why you were looking so stunned earlier. I'm amazed, though. Ninetales isn't just a legend. It really exists. And that Ninetales is up at the peak. Mr. Mkip, all the effort we put into getting here, it's finally going to bear fruit. We'll meet Ninetales and get the truth. We'll finally get rid of the suspicions they have about you, Mr. Mkip. Awesome! Listen, Mr. Mkip, don't be so worried. It'll be all right. It's only natural that you would be scared of meeting Ninetales, Mr. Mkip. The heartless human who abandoned Gardevoir? It may be you. I understand how you could think that, but that's impossible. You're not that human, I'm sure. I can say that. Well, there was a time when I had some doubts, but now, I wonder why. I really don't know why. But it's all right. Mr. Mkip, you're a really good sort. You know, before, when I first got the idea to start a rescue team, I met you in the tiny woods, Mr. Mkip, and now that I think about it, there was always something different about you. It is strange, isn't it? But Mr. Mkip, I believe in you. Anyway, we'll know the truth when we get to the peak. Mr. Mkip, let's do our best. All right. Absol the Cucumber. I've felt a special something from you since the first time I saw you. There's indeed a reason, but what you are is none of my business. Mr. Mkip, let's keep moving forward. Okay, so we're gonna deposit some items that we don't need. We'll deposit 1 of the apples, 2 of the Max Ether, 3 of the Oran Berries, Blast Seed, the Escape Seed, Escape Orb, Petrify Wand, Slow, and the Link Box. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, I think we might not be able to change Absol's name until we actually, like, leave, until we're back, like, at our camps, but Absol's name is officially Cucumber right now. Which way should we go? Should we take the snow path or just straight to Mount Freeze? Let's take the snow path. I know it's probably just going to circle us around, but I don't think I've ever taken the snow path before. All right. Okay, I think this is where we're officially able to start actually befriending people. Because of the fact that now that we've recruited someone, I think this is when it lets us actually start actually recruiting people. Okay, I don't want that. I don't want anything here. Thank you. Oh my goodness, it was a blast trap. I'm just gonna walk around a little bit, let us heal up. Flamethrower from afar, sure, thank you. Okay, that's good enough. Snowpath, B2. Flamethrower goes ahead and defeats it in like a single move. Oh, not a single move. Okay, Absol the Cucumber. Mud Bomb. I think that's it, right? Yeah. Oh no, I'm busy. Bone Meringue to get the Ferret. So, like, this is, like, the same lineup as the Frosty Forest, right? Like, I'm not crazy about that. It's the exact same critters. There's a Kecleon here. You know what? I'm not going to bother to go to the Kecleon. I don't normally get anything from the shop anyway, so why would I go this time? Ooh, nice. Okay. Here we go. Yes, I would like to go. Thank you. Snowpath probably only has 5 floors, right? Yep, there we go. That was technically 5th floor was the end, so. Bronze Dojo ticket. Woo. And we're back out at the front. Ah, dang it. Isn't this where we started from? I guess that path we took just loops back where it started. Looks like we'll have to get over Mount Freeze to continue on. Yep, we are all set. We are specifically this time going to go to Mount Freeze. Yep, we're going to do our best to reach the peak. Mount Freeze. Ooh. Interesting music. Absol, can I change your name from here? I don't think so, right? Bite, Quick Attack, Pursuit, and Slash. Okay, Quick Attack is the only thing that can be used from a distance. But yeah, this is good. Mount Freeze looks awesome. It really does. There are Vigoroths here. That means that eventually there might be a Slacking here. That would be amazing if so. The thing is, Slacking is so cool. And we have a scarf that specifically lets us ignore the abilities of a Pokemon like Slacking. As in, we could give, if we managed to recruit a Slacking, we could give that scarf to them, and no longer would they be affected by the ability Truant, which normally makes it so they can't, like, act as quickly as everyone else. News. If only they had Quaquaval. You know, yeah, that's actually a very good point. If this game had Quaquaval, this would become... I would immediately, like, drop everything and be like, we are hunting this Pokemon down. They will join our team. This is not an option. This will happen. Ow. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna use an Ice Beam this time. Ooh, Ice Beam twice over. Look at that. Okay. Oh, yep, there's Bone Meringue from afar. Okay. You'll probably go down from that. Yep. A tiny Reviver Seed. Okay. Let's go to this deep question. Okay? Oh, gosh. Deep question, okay? How would you survive a zombie apocalypse? Okay. Hold on. How would I survive a zombie apocalypse? Interesting thought. Okay. So, I mean, half of it really comes down to, like, how does the zombie, like, how does the plague, the disease, whatever the zombie thing is, how does it actually spread? Is it only by them biting you? Is there any other sort of precautions you have to take in addition to that, right? That determines some of the particular actions, right? You have to Google what a Slacking was. Slacking is an extremely powerful and cool Pokemon. It's very good. The only thing that's bad about it is it has an ability called Truant. That means that, at least in the Pokemon games, every other move, it can't do anything. It just is kind of there. It loafs around, is what it says. So yeah, you are kind of just stuck with this Pokemon that, as much as you may wish for it to do something effective, it just is stuck in place every other round, even though it's really powerful. I think it even technically outstats some pseudo-legendaries. Maybe? I might be wrong about that. But unfortunately, because of the fact that it has that ability where it only can attack every other turn, it's not really counted in that list. So yeah. I would bury myself in an underground room and survive solely off of microwave Hot Pockets and my hatred of the zombies. That's how you'd survive the zombie apocalypse? It's not a bad idea. Let me see. I think for myself, again, some of the particular actions come down to how is the zombie virus spreading, right? Because you would have to make some decisions based off of that, in order to make sure that you're safe, right? So it's like, oh, if there's, for example, if there's a whole thing about, it specifically is this thing that spreads through spores, for instance, kind of a la The Last of Us, the game, not the TV show. If there's a thing like that where it spreads by spores, then it would be like, okay, I need to be located in a different area that's an open air environment that is not going to have to worry about that particular threat being used against me. right? So something where it's like I'm out and available in open air. Okay? Meanwhile, though, if it wasn't that sort of thing, then I'd say being open air is maybe not the best, because you'd be open to weather conditions, you'd be open to being spotted by other humans that will probably eventually come eluding, right? So the specifics of some things definitely do change based off of the nature of the threat. But the tools that I think I specifically would use in this sort of thing is I would get myself holed up in a library. Because any information that I would need about how to make certain things happen, how certain materials would need to be used or manipulated, or how to end up doing like things of refinement that I would end up needing in order to get some objective done. By this point, internet's probably not down and not coming back soon. So having the source of knowledge of all those secured, library. Plus, as it is, I feel like there are a lot of good ways to make a lot of libraries pretty defensible positions, because if it's a good library, there are a lot of things kind of in place, temperature-wise and things like that, to make it so that books are preserved well enough and don't end up like aging rapidly in a way that is destructive for them, right? So I think a library would be a really good choice. Okay. Interesting. You haven't watched The Last of Us yet? I actually haven't watched The Last of Us either. I wanted to play the games properly first before I did that. I never actually played the games. I technically own the first game. I have it on PlayStation 1. Like, I have the physical game disc, because I bought it at a vintage stock. So it was a place that had it secondhand, and I was like, if I don't get this here, I will be mad at myself, right? Sorry, I guess not PlayStation 1. It's PlayStation 3, isn't it? Yeah. And I don't have a PlayStation 3. I don't own a PlayStation 3, so it's kind of useless in my hands. But I have a game disc of The Last of Us, the first game, on PlayStation 3. So I have a way to play it. I just don't have a way to play it, in the sense that I own a copy of the game. I do not own a console on which to play the game. So, yeah, that's my predicament. But I didn't want to watch the TV show until I've had a chance to experience the game myself for the first time. And they are putting it onto PC soon-ish. I think it's like, actually, it might be on PC now. If it's not, it's on PC like next week. Like, it's soon. Which is exciting, if that is the case, because I would love to play that. I don't know if I could play it on stream, to be honest. If I did, I would have to use my my warning of this is rated MrM for mature, right? I could do that, but it would be, yeah, it would be something potentially that I'd have to worry about. Mud Bomb. Nice, Mud Bomb upgraded. Beautiful. Okay, Ice Beam again. Jinx is literally Mr. Popo? Are you talking... I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm afraid to ask. Okay, Maddox George is gonna go and leave right now. Be seeing you. Bye. Farewell. Actually, you won't see me tomorrow. There isn't school tomorrow. School is Tuesday. Oh, wait, no, but I'm streaming tomorrow. Duh. Never mind. I'm just being an idiot all the way around. Be seeing you. Oh, from Dragon Ball Z. I never saw Dragon Ball. I don't know what that is. I don't know the reference. I'll take that. It wasn't available to me as a kid to watch, so I just never did. Power of the move went up. Hooray! And Jerbob leveled up to level 28. That's really good. Okay. Did we just run out of... first, I'm gonna eat an apple. That's the first thing. Okay, I did run out of the power points for a move. They're making a movie based on D&D. You think it'll suck because of how the game is literally only good because of all the unique stories and personal experiences and stuff, so making a movie on it will be hard. I think you're really right about that. I think the movie is going to lose a lot of the charm of the games. I think that the games, unfortunately, the rules of all the games and stuff like that, I think that the rules of the game are probably going to get broken a fair bit. For example, we already saw in the trailer, the druid apparently was wild shaping into a bugbear, which you can't wild shape into a bugbear. That's not how the rules work. It's a not sorry, I don't know why I said bugbear. An owlbear. Owlbear is not a CR level creature that you are able to turn into because it's like humanoid or whatever or something like that. I forget exactly what it is. It's you can't wild shape into it as a druid, okay? You could potentially polymorph into it, maybe, but it doesn't look like that's what they did. So yeah. Oh, it's hailing. Ouch. Okay. Slacking is here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it is possible to recruit a slacking from here. Okay. We are going to have to definitely... Oh my goodness, look at how powerful they are. They have a huge amount of health. Okay. We are going to have to be very careful here. Ice Beam is kind of brought up in power due to the fact that we are currently in hail. So that's helpful. Okay, Bone Meringue. Nice, okay. Yeah, we're leaving out of here as soon as we can. We're gonna have to remember, Mount Freeze is where we can find slacking. Oh, you have a bit more time. Nice. But yeah, so, yeah, it already seems like they're sort of breaking a number of the rules of D&D in order to tell a story. Now, I don't have a problem with them breaking certain rules of D&D as long as they are still delivering a good story about it. And I will say this, critics have so far been rating the D&D really high. You're saying what's the difference between various D&D games? I thought there's only one. Oh boy, okay. I'm gonna try to simplify it down, and this isn't like a thing of me saying like, oh yeah, sweet summer child, you know nothing. Like that's not what I'm doing. I'm going to legitimately try to explain this in a way that actually makes sense, because for many people it doesn't make sense, okay? D&D is a tabletop RPG system, which is a fancy way of saying that it is, you can think of it kind of like a board game, right? It's a board game that you play with a number of your friends. This might not go well for us. Okay, it went fine. It's kind of like a board game that you play with your friends cooperatively. So you'll be storytelling. There are officially published games, officially published stories that Wizards of the Coast, which is the company that owns D&D, that have provided. Like, for example, there's a module called Curse of Strahd that a lot of people do, where you get stuck in a realm that is owned by a vampire, and you can't escape until potentially you end up defeating him, right? So that's one storyline that exists in Dungeons and Dragons. All right, a good halfway point for us to rest here for a little bit. The thing is, D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, has had multiple versions of it that exist throughout the time that it has been released. So there was like D&D First Edition, there was Advanced D&D, there was D&D Second Edition, D&D Third Edition, D&D 3.5 Edition, which was kind of its own thing where it like took a lot of the rules, patched them, made them a little bit better, balanced things a little bit better, provided more class choices and things like that, and so on. And then there was, like, people ended up, by the way, making Pathfinder. Pathfinder is another system that basically uses D&D 3.5 rules with some extra twists and stuff for greater changes there. Then there's D&D 4th Edition. 4th Edition is the one I played first. It's the one that is the most controversial to say that you like. BC Pneumatics, it's the one that's the most controversial to say that you like because it's not at all like the original setups of things. So a lot of people are like, that's not really D&D. It's more like a war game. It's more like a video game than than D&D. And it's like, well, yeah, I think you're right. But it's what I needed to get interested in the game. And I thought it was really good. And I think it's a perfectly good system. The complaints that they normally have about it, at least that they had about it when comparing it to the next edition, which was D&D 5th edition, didn't really stand up. Anywho, so, the edition of D&D that is out now, most recently, is D&D 5th edition. It's been out for several years, I think since 2016 is when it came out, and it's been out ever since then, okay? So D&D 5th edition, it's been out ever since then, and that's the edition that most people talk about. It's very friendly, very accessible to people, right? So the rules of D&D are generally talked about with that in mind. They are now making, Wizards of the Coast is now making a new version of D&D, specifically because they want to be able to do different things with the legalese behind how they're running it. And they're making a version called 1 D&D that supposedly would be completely compatible with 5th edition, but has different special things about it that would only work in 1 D&D. I don't know. It's a money-making scheme. It's a way for them to say, we're making a new version of D&D, give us more money. Okay? So, there exist many, many versions of D&D, is the short thing of everything that we're talking about. There exist many versions of D&D. And on top of that, what was I going to say? Sorry, I'm all of a sudden like trying to think how I was wrapping this around to a certain point. Yeah, on top of that, there are also video games that use D&D rules, like Baldur's Gate. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Baldur's Gate. There are board games that are played off of D&D rules, like the Waterdeep board games. That was a thing technically based off of 4th edition. Yeah, so there exist a lot of different iterations of D&D. So it's very hard to say like, oh, the Dungeons & Dragons movie is based off of this one particular rule set or this one particular world, when technically the world has had several different stories told in it that are all relying on like different systems as well. So yeah, that's why I'm concerned about the D&D movie, is because I don't know how they're going to storytell within something that is constantly changing its rules and mechanics, and how's it going to do justice to the specific one that it chooses to follow? Things like that. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm sure it will be fine. Slack off. The Truant ability, yep, they couldn't attack the next turn because of Truant. Mist Viper. Today you learned something interesting. Today you learned a lot of nerd stuff. Let's be honest, I don't think a lot of that was interesting. It was just annoying to hear a streamer talk about it for like 5 minutes as though you knew nothing about the topic of conversation. But I appreciate you being kind about it. Yeah. It'd be the same sort of thing of if, I'm trying to think, oh yeah, it would be as though they said, oh, we're gonna make a movie about Uno, right? And you're like, well, okay, hold on, because there's the way I play Uno, and then there's the official way to play Uno, and then there's the way that I play Uno with my friends, and then there's the Uno that I play with my family. You know how sometimes you have different like house rules for every version, right? So it's like, oh, I have the version where you can jump in with any number, right? Or I have the version where you can play a +2 on top of a +2. Or I have the version where you can play a +4 on top of a +2, right? So it would be kind of like that, like saying, okay, yes, there are a lot of ways to play Uno. How are you going to choose to tell that story? Okay, now are you going to actually follow the rules or not? Yes, there are slackings here, and so I definitely will need to come back here later. Aha! We have found the staircase. Okay, we are almost out of here. Oh, bonk. That is, yep, they are gone for sure. Okay. There we go. All right, yes, we're moving on. We're getting out of here. Hallelujah, that was the last floor. I didn't know if it would be or not. Okay, we've made it to the peak. Woo. A few weeks ago, I watched a 4-hour video on Mario Kart speedruns. I don't even play Mario Kart. Why? Well, it can be really funny sometimes, or it can be really interesting, like seeing a video about someone who's very, very professional about like, or very much an expert on like one topic, and you don't know a lot about that topic, and you're maybe not even very interested in that topic, but watching them make like content around that one topic, it can be very interesting. I can get it. It can be pretty addictive. We finally arrived. This is the summit, isn't it? I wonder where Ninetales is. There they are! I've spotted MrM Kip! Alright, I see them. There we are. It's Alakazam. It's about time we finally caught up to you. Your fugitive act dragged us all the way out here. Pipe down, Tyranitar. We can finally settle things here. I can barely contain myself. I'm itching for a fight. Jerbob, don't think badly of me. I don't know how to show mercy. MrM Kip, I didn't wish for this conclusion. That's the most inspiring way I've heard someone describe procrastination. I have all A's, so whatever. But this too is fate. The role of a rescue team is to help bring peace. We will crush you with every shred of our power. Get them! Here we go. Rush at them. Oh man, actually, that's really cool, like cinematic. Interesting. Okay. I didn't expect this. Why is it going so hard? Wow. Okay. Oh boy. Cease this at once. Is this the Ninetales? It is. And it's a regular Ninetales, not an Alolan Ninetales. I honestly thought it might be an Alolan Ninetales because we're in this icy area. Ah, Ninetales. What? Ninetales? That's Ninetales. The legend. It was real. Cease fighting at once, Alakazam. They are my guests. Tell us, Ninetales, who was the human that appeared in your legend? No, even before that, was the legend itself a true event? Depending on your reply, I may have no choice but to eliminate them. Whether they consider my curse to be a legend or not, I cannot. However, it did happen. Many years ago, I tried to lay a curse on a human. It was then, however, that Gardevoir, the human's partner, dashed in. It selflessly bore the full brunt of the curse meant for the human. Then the human did a selfish and cowardly thing. They abandoned Gardevoir and fled. The human eventually became a Pokémon. Transformed into a Pokémon, the human lives on. And that human would be? Who is the human that you speak of? MrM Kip, you may relax. It is not you. Whew. Just now, what did you just say? MrM Kip is not the human that appears in the legend. That is what I said. What? Here is the Twilight Princess sounding music again. Oh, it's so good. I really like this song. I want to find out what song this is. Hold on. I need to search what this song is. Sound search. Says, that can't be right. It's We Depend on You by K-Max. Hold on. It might actually be it. I think it might be We Depend on You. It's currently showing an ad. Oh, I think, okay, wait. I think it's called Runaway Fugitives. Sorry, someone made a version called We Depend on You that is like a mashup of Runaway Fugitives, his theme, which is a Porter Robinson thing, and then Sad Machine, which I think is from Undertale.
This ad break is sponsored by NordVPN.
Oh boy. No, yeah, Runaway Fugitives, I think is the name of this song. Okay. What's happening to me? I'm too tensed up to move. Oof. Oof. Deep breaths. In, out, in, out. Oh. Whew. Wow, fantastic. That's great. I knew that MrM Kip wasn't involved. I knew it. There's no way that MrM Kip would do those terrible things. I have another thing to say. It is true that I foretold of the world's balance becoming unstable. However, that human becoming a Pokemon and the world's balance, they are not linked in any way. The cause of the natural calamities, it exists elsewhere. Hey, you were wrong. You were wrong to hound and harass MrM Kip. We apologize. That was the most on-point commentator voice.
Why, thank you. I can be quite meaningful and important sounding when it comes to the voices that I use and command. At this point, we would like to announce our real sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh boy.
We're sorry, we got worked up by that Gengar. No, I suspected Gengar right from the start. MrM Kip just doesn't look like the treacherous type.
If only that were true.
But I must say, you are to be commended for prevailing through this cruel journey and discovering the truth. Impressive, MrM Kip.
Haha, excellent. I knew I was right. Huh? Oh, but wait. Then why did MrM Kip turn into a Pokemon? I understand that MrM Kip isn't the human from that legend, but then how do you explain MrM Kip becoming a Pokemon? MrM Kip, who are you? Uh-oh. Ah, the ground's heaving. Quake? The world's crust is shifting. The natural calamities are worsening. And the shifting of the ground, it will awaken the beast that embodies the earth. The beast that sleeps deep underground. Groudon will be awakened. What? Groudon is rising? Groudon? What's that? What's a Groudon?
A legendary Pokemon that has been spoken of only in myths. It is the Pokemon that raised the land masses and created continents. It is said to have taken to sleep after catastrophic battles with its arch-enemy, Kyogre. If Groudon were to get loose, there would be chaos. It must be stopped. We will go. We'll go too. No, you must remain behind. Groudon is far more powerful than any Pokemon you have faced. Leave it to us. That's how it goes. You go back to your rescue team base for well-earned rest. Don't worry about us. We didn't get our gold rank the easy way. We'll get the job done and we'll be back before you know it. I'm actually silver rank right now. Like, we're almost gold rank. Like, I could have gotten up to gold rank if I just chose to keep on playing instead. Jet says, World of Tanks. Fine. We're off to quell Groudon. And away they go. And thus, Alakazam's team made their way underground to quell the awakened Groudon. Meanwhile, cleared of all suspicion, MrM Kip's team put an end to their long and arduous journey and returned to their welcoming rescue team base. Double kill. Headshot. Triple kill. Fatality. Red team wins. Oh boy. I haven't actually heard the Halo announcer before, but I imagine that that's kind of what you're referencing there, like red team wins, blue team victorious, like that sort of thing. I'm pretty sure red versus blue is a Halo thing, right? Right? I'm not crazy? Okay. Meanwhile, back in Pokemon Square. Okay, you lot. Why aren't you out there hunting down MrM Kip's team? It's easy for you to say. It's too much for us. They seem MrM Kip's team has gone way far out there. If we went, the best we could hope for is maybe Lapis Cave. I joined the chase, but they fled into Mount Blaze. For the life of me, I can't go in there, and that's where I lost the trail. I'm a grass type, see? Fire doesn't agree with me at all. I don't know what became of MrM Kip's team after that. But those fugitives, to think they would risk Mount Blaze, they've grown up tough. I can't keep up. What a spineless lot you are. You're so full of big talk. What about your team, Gengar? You just hang around in the square and don't do a thing. Walk the talk. You guys go. We're out of that picture. Our role is to receive word about Mr. M-Kip's demise. Just appointed yourself that.
Oh my gosh, oh my goodness!
MetaCham, what's the word?
Mr. M-Kip is...
Oh, finally, we're finally rid of Mr. M-Kip.
No, it's the opposite! Mr. M-Kip is back!
What'd you say?
Hey, over there. Mr. M-Kip.
They're back.
Hi everyone, we're back.
Whew, we finally made it back. We've been gone for so long. Is this what I think it is?
Yep, this is Pokemon Square. Feels kind of nostalgic to be back in the square, Mr. M-Kip.
Hey, cheer, Bob. Oh, it's you, Gengar. It's been a while. Well, that smug confidence. I don't recognize that weirdo in the pack either. Could it be?
Gengar, everything you said was completely wrong. Mr. M-Kip had nothing to do with it. Mr. M-Kip was innocent.
What? Is that true?
Yep, we met Ninetales and asked. Mr. M-Kip isn't the human from the legend. We're back because we discovered the truth.
Wait a second. You can't be trusted yet. If you're going to make that claim, let's see some proof.
But proof?
That's right, some hard evidence. Let's see some proof. Come on, out with it.
Proof? We don't have any proof. We really should have brought back Team Alakazam or something to tell everyone that. But unfortunately, they're gone, trying to, save the world. We should have brought Ninetales back, but we didn't do that either. What game would be funniest game if it had Halo-style commentator? Interesting. What game would be the funniest one to have a Halo-style commentator? How about something like Cooking Mama? Like, just like a cooking game. Or Animal Crossing, even. If it's like,
enter the world. Like, plane landed. Tree chopped. Fish captured.
Like, I think that would be pretty fun. Like, something where it's like something that's normally, like, really chill.
It's too bad for you, you don't have proof. You came back for us so we could get rid of you easier. How conveniently foolish. Now, fellow Pokemon, here's your chance to get rid of Mr. M-Kip. What's wrong, everyone? Don't you want to be rid of Mr. M-Kip?
I always believed in Mr. M-Kip. You don't fool me.
I'm out. I was saved by Mr. M-Kip's team before. I joined the Chase with a heavy heart because of your urging, but I simply can't think of Mr. M-Kip being bad in any way. I've heard enough, too. I believe Mr. M-Kip.
Yeah, that's right. Who needs proof? Everyone. Extra, read all about it. Oh, here we go. Here's the proof we need. There we go. Is the news being published?
Dishwasher ready. Oven preheated.
Minecraft would be another good one. You're right.
Block punched. Zombie slain. Creeper explosion.
What is this? It looks like a newspaper, doesn't it? Okay, I'll read it out loud. Let's see.
Pokemon News Extra. Mr. M-Kip innocent. Mr. M-Kip met with Ninetales under the watchful eye of Alakazam and proved that they had nothing to do with the human in the legend. As a result, Gengar's claims were found to be malicious lies. And... You rotten... Run! Stop, you liar! You conned us!
Lombre just... running after them. That's good. Welcome back. Yep, it's good to be back. We're back like we promised. I'm so glad. Mr. M-Kip isn't suspected anymore. Yep, I'm glad too. We won't have to keep running from everyone anymore. Mr. M-Kip, we're both exhausted. I'm gonna get some sleep. Our rescue team gets revived tomorrow. Let's try our best. There we are.
The next morning.
Oh, hallelujah. Well, back to business as usual, right? Surely nothing life-threatening or world-ending will happen to us anymore. Good morning, Mr. M-Kip. Did you sleep well? All right, we'll get right back to doing rescues. Flip, 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 flip. Here's a Pelipper. And look, Pelipper's bringing us mail already. Let's try to do our best, just like we always did, Mr. M-Kip. Check the mail. A letter from Pelipper. Yo, amigo, it's awesome you're back. I've been delivering mail to you again. I'll be delivering mail to you again. I've been looking forward to this with my bill outstretched. I'll deliver tons of mail, so you'd better be ready, amigo. The wandering postal carrier, Pelipper. Where is Kecleon? There have been numerous reports that the older of the Kecleon merchants in Pokemon Square occasionally goes missing. He wouldn't get free items in dungeons and then try to sell them. Sounds exactly like that's what he's doing, but alright. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, we're not gonna do this one. Turn down. Sorry. F rank quests? No thank you. Even these ones, like, I have a lot of quests, but they're all kind of this F, a couple E ranks in Silent Chasm. Yeah, it's, I'm gonna have to potentially just get a whole new host of quests. The thing is, I need, oh, delivery man typo? Oh, did it really have a typo? I didn't see that. That's my bad. Oh, you said, you were saying, I love Pelipper delivery man. I get it. You were correcting your own error. Got it. Okay. Cute Cumber, exactly. That's what I'm doing. Okay, where is Absol? Oh, there we go. Darkness Ridge. Wow. All right, Absol. There we go. Change nickname. I see. I am receiving a new name. This is amazing. Cute Cumber. Pardon me? There we go. It barely fits. Is Cute Cumber okay? Yes. Okay. Let me see. Level 28. That's pretty good. Honestly, we might keep them. I think we might keep Cute Cumber in our team. Yeah, let's do that. Cute Cumber's gonna keep on adventuring with us. Okay. Okay, before I head into the town itself, I'm gonna see what other missions exist now. Ooh, we have a C rank mission here on Mount Freeze. That's pretty good. A D rank on Frosty Forest. I'll claim that as well. Past that, though, oh wait, there was one for Silent Chasm, wasn't there? Yeah. Past that, honestly, we might just leave it there. We might not bother taking any of these other ones. Yeah. Okay, let's see what jobs we have right now. So, we have 6 in Oddity Cave that are all F rank. We have 3 in Sinister Woods that are all... Sorry, 4 in Sinister Woods that are all F rank. We have 7 in Silent Chasm, a number of which are E. 1 in Great Canyon, 1 in Frosty Forest, 1 in Mount Freeze. I think we're gonna go Silent Chasm. My brother recently got into chess. I'm getting schooled hard. Oh yes, this game's soundtrack is fantastic. One of the best soundtracks, and I'm so glad that they updated the sound of it so it's not just relying on like the old Game Boy chiptune. Don't get me wrong, it still was fantastic even on the Game Boy. But now with these updated songs and instrumental usages that can make just a more high quality piece, it's beautiful. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go to Silent Chasm. Silent Chasm, help the client. I need to escort someone. Deliver, find something, find someone, help the client. Okay, so there's only one person I have to worry about escorting, that's good. Second, third floor, okay, so it's all the way up through the 8th floor. So that's literally every place that I could have a quest at Silent Chasm. That's good. Is it just me, or is Chess having a comeback? You know, I think Chess weirdly is having a bit of a comeback. For example, I mean, this year, the MSEL, which is the esports group that we are a part of, that's a national organization, they had 10-minute chess as one of their esports competitions. They had 10-minute chess as something that legitimately you could go and compete in, which was a bit wild to me. I didn't expect chess to be considered an esport tournament thing. But with chess becoming more digital, with the fact that you can make those, you can make your plays faster, you can see simulations now that tell you like the better moves to make and that walk you through strategy. Like, it kind of makes sense that chess is sort of making a comeback now that we have all these digital versions of things that are able to help instruct people a little bit more and get more and more people into the genre that otherwise wouldn't have been considering it. If you make something more accessible to people, it will be played more and more often, which I think is very interesting. Okay, all the people here are apologizing to us. That's nice. Wait a second, what was that inviting orb? Makes it easier to befriend Pokemon you battled. It continues while you're on the floor that you use the orb on. Interesting. I think we should actually get that. So let's consider selling something. Oop, not that. Efficient bandana is, like, it's decent, but... Okay. Alright. We'll sell both these link boxes. That'll do it. And Rain Dance? Pff, we're not going to use Rain Dance. We're probably not going to use Earthquake either, but we may as well keep that in the group. Okay, here we go. Yes, I would like to buy the Friendship Orb, please. Or the Inviting Orb that increases the likelihood that I'll be able to recruit a friend. I would like to eventually go to Mount Freeze with that. And I want to use that orb on the floors where slacking is, so that I can have a greater chance to be able to recruit slacking. That would be amazing. Okay, let's store some things here. We're going to store the Efficient Bandana. We're going to store 2 of these apples, 1 of the Max Ethers, 2 of the berries, 3 of the Tiny Reviver Seeds, the Inviting Orb, and the Earthquake TM. Okay, it's all stored away. See if there's anything we need to take out. Nope, I don't think so. I think we're good. Right. We're fantastic. Perfect. Okay, we have a couple of gummies and a couple of ways to power people up. Hold on. Let's go back to here, just in case. Get stronger. Raising our attack isn't as important. We'll go ahead and raise our defense. Okay, and this is, I believe, our special defense, right? Yep. Accuracy. Tell you what, let's actually give that one to Jerbob. Jerbob, we're going to give you the protein that raises your physical attack. It's good for you. And we're going to give you another protein that raises your physical attack. Again, it's good for you. Accuracy drink. Bone Meringue is actually surprisingly low accuracy. So we'll give an accuracy drink to Bone Meringue. Increasing our max HP slightly sounds more like something that we want MrM to do, to be completely honest. So go ahead and eat some gummies as well while you're at it. Nice. We'll give you 1 DX gummy. The thing is, I think that, yeah, that'll try to give us a new thing. We don't want that. We want Squad Up. Squad Up was completely random chance that we got it as the rare quality for our first thing. But it's, the more members you have on your team, the more likely it is that Pokemon you battle against will want to be your friends. So we want to go into a group with, it just raises our friendship. That's great. Okay. I'm absolutely fine with keeping Squad Up. Thank you. So I'm not going to bother giving them more DX gummies because they would constantly try to offer new abilities for us instead. But I do want to give the 2 life seeds to MrM Kip. And that should do it. Yes. Okay. We now have 80 HP. That's great. All right. You know what? Let's feed you a gummy, though. Let's see just if you get something that's just better. Currently squeeze out. Could be defensive rhythm. Ooh. Whenever Pokemon are hit by attacks, their defense and special defense are boosted. It only lasts for 1 turn, but it is useful when you're hit by concentrated attack. We'll do Squeeze Out instead, though. I think Squeeze Out is better. Okay, we're not gonna try to use any of those other DX gummies, because if we find another Pokemon that we really want to use, like Slacking, then I'm gonna want to have a DX gummy ready to go to give them a rare quality that's really good. Okay. Here we go. Silent Chasm. There's 7 quests to do here. There's potentially a Metagross that we'll run into, which will be wild if that's the case. Okay. We need to edit this team. We are not going to have Eeyore with us. We are removing you from the team. We are instead going to add in Cucumber. There we are. We can now give items to people. You are going to have... Oh, I guess let's pull out an item from inventory. Manage items, withdraw items. guess we could give you an efficient bandana, maybe. Actually, now that I think about it, you have just, like, only attacks, right? We can double check, but I'm pretty sure Cucumber has, like, only attacks, basically. Yeah, pretty sure all these attacks are attacks. Which is fine. That's okay. Give items. We're gonna give you the Power Band. Is this close to the end game? It feels like it. Surprisingly, no. This isn't really close to end game. In fact, let me go ahead very quickly. It's not gonna interrupt the game too much, don't worry. Save and go to menu. Don't worry, we're not actually quitting out. I just want to show you. This is how far we are through the game. We have beaten 3 of the legendaries that are in this game. That's it. Yeah, so we have a ways to go. Main storyline, though, you're right. Main storyline, we're getting, I want to say, like, we're a third of the way to there, to halfway there, somewhere around there. I honestly don't remember. But there is a lot of content in this game. So yeah, we have a ways to go. I want to say the entire top line is technically the stuff that we do to beat the game, the main story of the game, and then there's a huge amount of content after the fact. I might be wrong about that, though. We'll see. All right, we'll depart with this team to Silent Chasm. Okay, Silent Chasm, B1. The client is with me, fantastic. Okay, we don't need to, honestly, we don't really need to grab items here at all because we know that all the items that are here are kind of just not all that good. This is very convenient. Hi, Sparrow. Thank you for being here. Yeah, so once we find a staircase, we're gonna always take the staircase, like, right away. At least most likely, we're gonna always take the staircase right away. Of course, it's a difference if, oh my goodness. There's, we'll make exceptions if we still need to complete an objective on that floor, or if, gosh. We're just way too high level for this place. Yeah, or if there is something like, if there is an item that looks like it'll be good and it's really close to the area where we are now. Now that I'm making 3D games, the more I realize how much of a pain optimizing the game is. I'm developing a game on Samsung Chromebook 3. The good news is I optimized it to run at 40 FPS so far. Hey, that's nice. Optimizing is for sure one of the things that I think can make or break a game becoming really popular or not with people. Because if the game looks really cool but runs really poorly, you're not gonna buy it. Or if it takes up way more space than it should, like, that is something that quite often people will complain a ton about. It was like, well, the game is set up fine, but we're gonna have Death Duck's Adventure along with us. Probably we're not gonna actually let them onto the team. We're just gonna kind of say like, hey, thanks for being here. Oh, that's right, I have to have Trapinch. There we go. There. Thank you so much. They're gone. It's just if we have Dust Ducks in our team, it's gonna be easier to recruit future Pokemon. And, even if we don't want to recruit future Pokemon, because nothing here really just speaks to us, that'll be also fine, because, we will still be able to get money from recruiting them. So that's good. On this floor, Houndour is waiting for a Pecha Berry to be delivered. Looks like this is the Pecha Berry. Were you waiting for that Pecha Berry in particular, Houndour? It looks like it. Yep. I always find it really funny, these deliver an item quests, because you always have to get the item that is on that floor, and sometimes it's like literally 2 spaces to the right. Like 2 spaces away from the creature is where the item is that they were spending all this time looking for. And it's just, it's wild sometimes. When you look at it with that kind of lens of, you called me to, like, basically to pick up the remote from on the cocoa table. Oh, you may notice I said cocoa table instead of coffee table. So no one in my family drinks coffee. In fact, I'm actually allergic to coffee beans. So growing up, we called it the cocoa table instead of the coffee table. Because we drink cocoa, we drink hot chocolate, right? So why would you call something the coffee table if you're not actually going to be using it for that? Hold on. Oh, it was a rock. I thought that it might be a chest that someone dropped and that no one had picked it up. It is what it is. It's funny. It's funny being able to tell these sorts of stories of like, yeah, no, that was just like a peculiarity with how I was raised. That wasn't a thing that my parents came up with either. It wasn't like my parents were like, oh, we don't drink coffee, so we're gonna call it this. It was just, I want to say it was one of my sisters. One of my sisters was like, we can't buy a coffee table. Oh boy. There we go. I got a max ether for you. Take it and run. Bye, dust dogs. Oh boy. Okay, is there a staircase around here? I would not like to escape from the dungeon. That would be fleeing. I do not wish to flee. Howl to raise your own attack. That sounds so smart. Unfortunately, yeah. The thought kind of ends there. Okay, bye. We are too powerful for our own good. If I was gonna say, if the stairs is not here, then it's gonna be up in like the top middle. Thankfully, it was here instead. All right, let's get another card of conversation. This time I'm going deeper. So we had Icebreaker, Deep, and Deeper. This is the deepest level of question that we have. You'd think it would be Icebreaker, Deep, and Deepest or something like that, but whatever, a deeper question. Have you ever felt or been manipulated by anyone? I think the answer is almost always yes, right? I think almost everyone feels and has probably at one point been manipulated by someone. That's just kind of an unfortunate part of learning how to socially interact with people around you, right? I mean, as much as I'd love to say like, oh, you know, I've avoided it ever since the age of whatever, right? Even as, maybe even especially as a teacher, you allow yourself sometimes to be taken advantage of just because it's easier than fighting to the contrary, right? Like, let me give you an example, right? Principal comes up and says, I need you to do X, Y, Z, right? You need to, you have a specific task, needs to get done, go and do it. If you didn't do it, you probably wouldn't lose your job. If you didn't do it, it would just be that someone's a little disappointed in you. For example, I am a part of the Foundations of Leadership Committee. Why? Because they needed to have 2 representatives from each grade level and from the elective levels as well. And there was no way that anyone else in the elective group would have probably said yes to being on the Foundations of Leadership team. So I was put on the Foundations for Leadership team. The librarian was put on the Foundations for Leadership team. Technically, they're the media center specialist, but everyone always calls them a librarian around me, so I just remember them as librarian. I'm sorry, you're a media specialist, and there's a lot more that goes along with that than just being a librarian, but it's shorthand, right? Anyway, both of us were put onto this position because certainly no one else would take it. So was I taken advantage of there? Yes. But if I fought it, it would just result in pain. It would just result in me complaining it and saying, I don't want to do this, and them saying, well, we don't want to do it either, and we've been here longer, so suck it up and do it. Yeah. So, again, sometimes you're taken advantage of, and you know you're being taken advantage of. You know people are manipulating you. You know that people are specifically giving you something that they're only giving it to you because they don't want to do it themselves. And you just have to deal with it. That's just part of growing up, is realizing the battles that you should and should not fight, right? Dad has bribed me for a Snorlax sleeping bag, or a Snorlax bean bag, there we go, for cleaning my room. Bedtime is soon, so I'll be leaving soon. Okay, be seeing you soon, Olive. Don't worry, we're gonna be leaving in about 20 minutes. 20 minutes is normally when I end stream. So that'll be when we're ending this. Pursuit. I feel like we should be doing pursuit. We should be getting rid of pursuit to learn Night Slash. Yeah. Hashtag hot takes. I don't think it's too hot of a take, but I kind of get what you're saying, right? A lot of, unfortunately, the social side of growing up is you learn what battles you should fight and what battles you should lose. You know, there are times where, for example, a child insists that they've done their homework and that they just can't find it. And the thing is, all of my homework is digital, right? So it's like, well, okay, I like click into their tab, I click into their Google Drive, I look at the document, or I look at the video files and there's nothing. And it's like, well, most likely you just didn't do anything, right? Most likely, if a child is saying, oh, it's gone and I have no idea where it is, most of the time, they didn't do it, right? But consider this. Either I can sit there and argue with a child, you didn't do it. Why are you lying to me? I know you didn't do it. Stop it. Own up your mistake, right? I could pester them like that and insist that they come forward and tell the truth, but one of two things will probably happen if I do that. Either first, worst case scenario, they really did do it, and something really is just wrong with the scenario, and now I'm showing them that I am not someone that will believe in them. If they tell me something, if they confide in me, I will be the person that is insisting that they're lying, which is crushing to a kid. If you're actually telling the truth and the teacher insists that you're lying, right, that's crushing. The second thing that will happen, I will tell you, it is not, oh, I'm sorry, you're right, I wasn't telling the truth, I'll just get it done. That does not happen. What happens instead is they double down and they get their parents involved. Mom, the teacher, I clearly did this. You saw me do this. The parent didn't see them do that. You saw me do this. I did it, and the teacher won't take it, even though it's because that it's not done, right? Generally, the story gets changed as they tell it to their parents. And then the parent emails or calls you or stamps up to the school, my child deserves yada, 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 right? This is what will happen if I go and say outright, I don't believe the story that you told me. So instead, here's what I do. It's exactly the same message every time. Regardless of whether I think that they did the work or not, here's what I do. I say, okay, let me quickly check through your materials, right? The first thing I do is I always check to see, because if it really is that they did it and just something didn't show up, right? Maybe it's like renamed as something else in their files folder. Maybe it's just that that they weren't clicking into the right location, right? If it really is that they've done the work and they just need a little bit of grace and understanding of where it is and understanding the technology, I want to be there and I want to provide that for them, right? I can provide that sort of thing if that really is the case. If it's not, what I do, regardless of whether I think they did it or not, I say, okay, here's what I'm going to do. You have to understand. Okay, be seeing you, Olive. I say, you have to understand, right? I, as a teacher, if there's no work, I can't grade anything, right? So here's what I'm going to do instead. If you manage to get it done, and I normally say by a certain deadline, I'll give you up to an 80% on it still. Because here's the thing, that's my grading policy. Regardless of whether they were going to do it late, or regardless of whether they told me and are doing it late, the grade max that I'm willing to give them doesn't change. I was still willing to give them an 80%, but I make it sound like it's something special because they came forward to me and talked about this. And if they really complain about it, they're like, well, but I did it on time. I will say, you have to understand, like, I don't see anything here. I don't have any proof that you did this, right? But I want to believe the best in you, so tell you what. And I like set up an idea of them of like, okay, so here's when you can work on certain things. Here, I'll get you specifically into my advisory time. We can sit down and work on this together, right? But the consequence technically doesn't change. I just phrase it in a way that sounds nicer. So, am I being gullible or taken advantage of in those scenarios? Are people manipulating me? Technically, probably, right? I'd say a good 90% of the time that stunt is pulled on me, the student hasn't done the work, and they're just lying. But by picking what battles I want to have and what battles I refuse to have, first off, it's a lot less stressful for me. And second off, I can still give the same consequence. I can still pretend to have accepted this thing to show that I'm willing to listen and willing to make concessions when really no concessions were made. It's just, if they're the sort of person that didn't do the work, they probably honestly didn't check how high of a grade I was willing to give them for turning it in late anyway. So it sounds fancy, it sounds special. I have not gotten called out a single time by a kid about that, by the way. They're normally like, you're still gonna give me up to an 80%? Great, okay. Because they're thinking in their minds, I can explain away a B to my folks, right? Generally, they don't get a B though. If they're turning it in late, they're not turning in normally something that would give them 100%, which then becomes an 80%. Normally, they turn in something that ends up being like a 70%. It's just the way that it goes. But hey, they're happy that they get to turn in something. I have a rubric for them if they disagree with it, right? Like, it all works out in the end. Man, I'm so close to getting gold rank. All right. I think we might actually go ahead and call it a little bit early today. Because we're kind of hitting the point where it's like, I could keep on adventuring, but I don't think that it's technically going to unlock anything new. It's just going to be a matter of, yeah, just walking around and adventuring a little bit more. Okay, yeah. So I think we're going to quickly, what we're going to do is we're going to quickly run to the center, go to the job board, grab some requests that might look good for us to do next time, and then we'll close out there. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay. I will accept you just to delete you. There's no way I'm going to Tiny Woods. Turn down. Thank you. Okay, very quickly to double check again. The locations I have are Oddity Cave, Sinister Woods, Mount Thunder, Great Canyon. How did I get a Mount Thunder quest? Great Canyon, Frosty Forest, Mount Freeze. Bulletin board. Lapis Cave. Ooh, Lapis Cave is C and D. That's pretty good. Nice. Mount Blaze, Frosty Forest. Okay, hold on. I think Frosty Forest is going to be our next place then. Frosty Forest, we have 3 for that. That's pretty good. Okay, yeah. So next time we do this, we'll probably do Frosty Forest. If we don't do Frosty Forest, it's because we're doing Oddity Cave, which has 6. Or Sinister Woods, which has 4. You know, I need to get rid of this. This Mount Thunder one doesn't make sense. Turn down. Yeah. It's an F rank quest all by itself. It doesn't make sense. Great Canyon is a D rank quest, so we'll keep it for a little bit, because if we get more Great Canyon quests, that would be fine. But as it is currently, like Thunderwave Cave, F rank quests, no, that ain't happening. Okay, right, we're gonna walk through the town, potentially buy some stuff more. It's been a pleasure. What time do you stream tomorrow? I normally stream from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, which would be the same as 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, or 6 o'clock to, 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock on Pacific Standard Time. So any of those, as long as it's the right time zone that I just said, any of those will work. Okay. We're gonna see if there's anything good to buy. I don't think so. Ooh, Inviting Orb, we could buy that again. Let's see if there's anything we can sell in order to get that easily. Some Max Ethers, Oranberry. Yeah, there's not much to sell here, but we did get, I noticed, we got a number of gold ribbons that I need to sell anyway. So I'm gonna put those into my inventory. Yep, see, 2 gold ribbons here, and the only thing that gold ribbons are good for is selling. And they sell for 2,500 each. So we can get 5,000 for selling these guys. Which then gives us enough to buy the measly $150 inviting orb. Yes. Okay, that should be it. And then... You know what? We're actually going to pull out all of our money, withdraw every cent. And the reason why is we're going to go... The last thing we're going to do is we're going to buy a number of friend areas. So that we can potentially make some more friends in the future. Oh wait, hold on. Do I have the ability to recruit Slack Off, Vigoroth Slacking? I'm pretty sure I do. I'm pretty sure that I bought the friend area for them, but I need to double check. I haven't seen them yet. There they are. Yes, okay. It's Vibrant Forest. Fantastic. I've already purchased it. That's great. Make a camp. Which one do we want to see? A list of camps. What camp do we want to make? Not the $7,000 one. That ain't worth it. There's only 6 there, and yeah, no. Crater sounds like it's probably a good one. So we're going to buy Crater for 5,000. Ah. We will absolutely make another camp past there. We could do Iceflow Beach for 6,000. We could do Turtle Shell Pond for 6,000. Actually, Turtle Shell Pond has a lot in there for just 6,000. Dragon Cave doesn't have many. It's just Bagon, Shelgon, Salamence. You serious? Fine, whatever. It's okay. It's 3,000. It's fine. Okay. Mount Moonview. And this is just unknown. Unknown A through N and O through question mark. Decrepit Lab. I think Decrepit Lab and Turtle Shell Pond. I was trying to decide if we should get Iceflow Beach. No. Okay, Decrepit Lab and Turtle Shell Pond, and then we're going to stop buying anything. Because we're only then going to have 6,000 Poke in the bank. Which is fine. It's a fine amount. It's not an amount to be concerned about. It's not like we're going bankrupt. But it is something that it would be bad to try buy another 6,000 thing and only be left with 72 Poke Dollars. So we'll go ahead and put all of this into the bank. Beautiful. All right, let's very quickly see what Wizcash has to say, because it's him that told a story that got everyone mad at us. I regret this. How some old folklore I told caused such an uproar. Whoops, I got carried away and recounted that tale. I should have left it well enough alone. My bad. They're glad I'm not under suspicion, and they just knew I couldn't be evil. There we go. Okay. Yep, I'm going to just bring us right back into the sort of main area here. And we'll go ahead and save the game and quit out. Save and go to the main menu. Absolutely. Well, thank you all so much. For those of you that showed up, for those of you that are seeing this after the fact and are just maybe giving a small little like, maybe saying a comment of like, hey, good job. Good job getting cleared. And knowing that that you indeed are not an evil human. Whatever the case is, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of it. And I don't think there's anything really too much more to say that. So I guess I'll see most of you tomorrow, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. We will either be playing this or we'll be playing Sunhaven. Most likely we're going to be playing this. I'll make a decision closer to, but we're probably going to be playing this again since we have a good amount of story progress going on for us. Well, so long, farewell, goodbye, be safe, get out, be seeing you leave. Bye.